Hey guys, welcome back to this video. It's Mimi. I wanted to do this video in like a cute, background and all, but the reality is everywhere is so noisy, so we're just gonna do it in the car. In today's video, I am going to be telling you about my whole real estate journey from start till where I am right now. So, I have a couple of notes. I just kind of want to share with you guys like my experience and just like a couple of things that I've been like through and stuff that I've done from the very beginning of my real estate journey till right now. I wish I would have had one of these kinds of videos when I first started real estate, so I hope that this is a good video for you if you are looking to get into like real estate. I hope that you like this video, that you share it, and please don't forget to subscribe. Second, I'm in Florida, so everything I'm gonna be saying is for Florida. I don't really know like how things go on in other states, but everything I'm gonna be saying is for Florida. And third, this is just like my experience and just like what I know, so definitely do your research, but I wanted to give you guys a little information if you need some kind of help. This is the video for you. So the first thing is, why did I want to get into real estate? So ever since I was younger, we used to always go to model homes. We used to always go to like open houses. We used to always watch like decor shows, HGTV, all of that good stuff. So from very young, I just loved design. I've loved houses. Then I wanted to do interior design, and then I wanted to do like flipping houses and stuff. So I didn't really know how to get to like flipping houses, so I'm like, let me try real estate, which is like something I wanted to do. And then I was also doing it in college, so I'm like, let me just go get my real estate license. I reached out to somebody who went to real estate school, and I asked them which school they went to. My specific school was $500 to get classes. It came with books, and it came with like the exam and everything. I'm gonna get deeper into that, but my school was called Gold Coast Schools here in Florida, and it was $500. So I went through them. It was a really easy process. The customer service was really great, and they helped me a lot. They have options, like they have different classes. Like you can take like 1 week class, you can take 2 week classes, which is what I took. I took a 2-week class Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. So 6 hours for 10 days. That equaled my 63 hours. So before you even get your license, you need to get your 63 hours done. Or is it 64? 63, 64, one of those, whatever class you sign up for, it will be correct. All right, this is why I said don't take my word for it. Anyway, so you need to take your 63 or 64 hour classes. So like I said, mine was $500, and I did it for 2 weeks. I just signed up on the website, I paid online, and then when the 2 weeks came, I started my classes. They have all kinds of dates, all kinds of months, all kinds of like time periods. Like I saw one that was like a couple of months, one that was 1 week. So like, you can choose what's best for your schedule, and you can choose like the best location for you. So I went to the one in Lake Nona. On my first day of class, I went inside and I got my books, I signed in, and I was just able to sit at like this desk. There were a couple of people, maybe like 20 people plus me, so about 20 people. So, and then we also had our instructor. The first day of class, you dive into the book, and you're just like, specifically my instructor, we went through each chapter, each page, and he kind of like gave us stuff to highlight in the book. So like he would go through the pages, he would read the chapter, but like he would tell us what to highlight, and that's like the more important stuff. And if people had questions, then he would just answer the people's questions. And we would just talk about it from 3 till 9. We did have breaks in between. So it's just like a regular class. The class ended up being great. We finished in the 2 weeks. They answered every question that everyone had. Like any question, they would answer. After your 63 or 64 hours of your class, after your class is done, you will have a post-class exam. So you have an exam right after you finish the class. Well, you can have 30 days. You have 30 days. After your class, you have 30 days to finish your class exam. I literally took 30 days because I'm a procrastinator. But yeah, they give you this whole PDF and then these videos. So, okay. Picture like a whole test, right? And they gave us this PDF that you just like, you print out. And then you watch the videos. And those videos say like, question number 1 is, I don't know, how to sell a house. And then the person in the video gives you the answer. So literally, you have a PDF. The videos give you the answers for each question. And then you take the quiz. Well, you take the exam. And like, you have all the answers there. Tell me how I still got a 7, like, what did I get? 79? That doesn't even matter because I passed. Okay, so doesn't matter what you get, you just need a 70, okay? Now you have done your classes, you've done your post-class exam. Next thing you need to do is get your fingerprints done. During the class, they had a guy that came in and like did our fingerprints for us. I was totally unprepared. That's a whole other story. I didn't have my license, I didn't have my wallet, and I didn't even know our address or whatever. I don't know. He was just asking me questions. I was kind of out of it. We were there for a long time, and I've never got my fingerprints done. Okay, so it was just weird. Fingerprints in the class, they gave us like a special, so it was like I think $80 or something like that. But I didn't do it that day, so I had to pay like $100. Right now you have classes $500, and you have your fingerprints, which is $100. Okay, so $600 so far. Next, after you get your fingerprints done and you get them back, which I got them fairly quickly, you send them into something called the DBPR. DBPR, that's the Department of Business something like that. Submit your fingerprints and your application into like the DBPR, and then they have to like approve you and all, which you should get approved. That application was $86, I think, so 85, 86, something like that. $86 for that application. Once you get approved, then you are able to schedule your state exam. So the Florida Sales Associate, Real Estate Sales Associate test exam. Listen, Sales Associate, Real Estate Agent, that type of thing, it's the same thing, really. Your classes, you got your fingerprints, you got your post-exam. After the class done, you signed up for the DBPR, and they've approved you, so now you can take your state exam. The state exam here in Florida to take, that's the second test you have to take. That's the really important one, really scary one. That one was $35 each time. So, every attempt that you take is $35. At the end of your class, after you've passed your first test, which is your class test, they're gonna give you a certificate. That means that you like passed all of the classes. That certificate you're gonna need to take on your exam day. So take your certificate. You already paid and scheduled your exam online. So you're just gonna go to the location with your ID, your social security, and the certificate. So now that it is time for your exam, they are going to send you an email with like something called Pearson VUE, and you're gonna just like follow. Everything's gonna be easy. I just want to help like navigate you through it, because like me, like as I'm sitting there and they're just like telling me all this different things, I don't know what they mean. So like it was kind of hard at first, and I was really confused as to what to do next. So I just really hope this video helps you out. Like I really hope it helps you out and not be as confused and as scared as little old me was. Also, this was all of me in 2021. So I decided to go for my real estate license in June 2021. That's when I had my classes. So from June 2021 until the first time I took my test was December 2021. So from the time you get your classes to your first exam attempt, there's like not really like a time frame. Like everything just happens. So like you take your classes, you take your first test, your class test, get your fingerprints, you get your DBPR application, you get approved. It takes no time but like a few days. It took me a while because like I didn't have the money, because that was like a lot of money, and I spent a lot of money on the classes too. Just be prepared just for like the money that it costs. That's why it took me all the way until December, from June to December, to take my first exam. A couple of tips for the exam. This is what you're going to do. This is what my instructor told me. This is what I did every single time, and it works. When you schedule and pay for your state exam, right, they're going to ask you what language you want to take the test in. So you are going to pick Spanish Castilian, okay? They have English and they have Spanish Castilian. Spanish, right? You're going to click Spanish. And that's going to be, that option is going to be when you're going to schedule your exam. So you're going to choose, you're going to get to the Pearson VUE page. It's going to say, like, click which test you want to take. You can take it at home, but I don't advise that. There's just like a lot of, stuff that could happen. So I just rather take it at the place. But if you want to take it at home, that's on you. But I personally think you should take it at Pearson VUE. So you're going to choose the at Pearson VUE test. Then you're going to pick what language. You're going to click Spanish. Even if you don't speak Spanish, just trust me, okay? Then you're going to schedule like the location, the time, the date. Then you'll pay for it and you're scheduled, right? When you get to exam day, you have to bring your social security card, your ID, and the certificate that I was talking to you about before, right? So you're going to bring all three of those things. And you're going to arrive 15 to 30 minutes before. Each location is different, so just check yours, but mine was like 15 to 30 minutes before. I went to 2 locations. They're going to like, when you get there, they're going to ask for all of your documents, blah, 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 right? Then they're going to like check your sleeves, check like your hair. If you have long hair, they're going to check behind your ears. In the first location, the lady kind of just like lifted up my sleeves for me and kind of checked in my pockets. But on the second location that I did, the lady had me pat my own self down. Fully pat you down. But like they want to make sure that you're not like cheating or anything. And if you wear glasses, then they're gonna make you take them off and they're gonna inspect them. So it's pretty crazy. You have to like turn off your phone. You have to like turn in your wallet and everything. Like it's pretty crazy, but it's not like scary or anything. So the people there are going to really guide you in what to do. So don't be like nervous or scared or anything if like you don't really know what to do. Now that you are at your exam, you've been, checked and everything. Now you're about to sit down to take your exam, right? When you go to the computer, it is going to be in Spanish. You're just going to press the button that says continue. Okay. At the top of the screen, there's going to say something that says translate. And the instructions before the test begins are going to tell you that there's a button that says translate. So if you listen to me and your test is in Spanish, but you don't know Spanish, then you're going to click the translate button at the top of the computer. It's really easy. Just at the very top, there's a button that says translate. When you click that, the whole test will turn to English. Now that your test is English, now you can perfectly read it if you are an English speaking person, English reading person. And you can translate back to Spanish, back to English, back to Spanish, as many times as you want. Also, the state exam is 3 hours long. In the beginning of the exam, after they give you the instructions, after you translate back to English, then there's going to be some questions in the beginning. There's, I think, 4 that are just kind of like test questions for the computer to know that it's working and that they know that you know how to work the computer. So the questions are going to be like, what season is it when it's hot, right? That's going to be one of the questions, literally. Or like, what season is October in? What color is the sky? What color is the grass? Very, very simple questions like that. But here's the little, here's the trick. What you're going to want to do is you're going to click those questions, click them wrong. For example, if the question says what color is the sky, there's obviously going to be blue in the multiple choice. There's going to be like red, orange, yellow, blue, right? you're gonna click the wrong answer. Do not click blue. Click red, because obviously the sky's not red. The season is October, and October is in fall. So you're gonna click summer or spring, you know, something that is not the right answer. And the reason for that is because when you use the Spanish version and you click those answers wrong, that gives you like it makes the computer think that you're dumb, which you're not. You're very smart. You're very smart. But it makes the computer think that you're dumb. So they're gonna give you like an easier version of the test. And also like the Spanish version is just like, the way they word it, I guess, is easier. This is what my instructor told me, and I thought he was kind of crazy, because he kind of was, but he was really good. So I did what he said. That's the version of the test I got. So I don't know how the English regular version is, but just make sure your test is in Spanish when you book it. Go translate it in English on the test day. Then you're going to answer those random questions in the beginning wrong. The test is 3 hours long. Another location that I went to was 3.5 hours long. You are able to get up during the test, but the time does not stop. So you can just raise your hand, and they'll come, and you can go to the bathroom. If you're one that really just can't sit down for long, I really suggest, or if you feel tired, I really suggest that you get up and go to the bathroom and kind of stretch, wet your face, like do that. You will have time. Literally, it will not take you 3 hours. Even if you stay there reading the question over and over and over and staring at the answers, that it will not take you 3 or 3.5 hours long. Believe me, it really, really won't, because I was there reading the questions over and over and over, and it did not take me 3 hours. So that's like the maximum time you will really need for the test, but you don't need it. When you're done with your test, you can go through your marked questions. There's like a button that says marked questions. So like you can mark it yourself. Like, so say on number 1 you kind of get stuck, so you can mark it. Okay, we're back. I just got cut off a little bit. Okay, so after you're done with your exam, you have your marked questions. Now you raise your hand and make sure you go through those marked questions. I personally marked questions, but I didn't want to go back through them because I didn't want to second guess myself. So it's up to you whether you want to like go back through those marked questions. But personally, I feel like if I would have, then I would have second guessed myself, and then I would have just gotten them wrong. So just take your time, read the questions, answer them the best that you can. Now when you're done, you will either get 1 paper or you will get 2 papers. If you got 1 paper, congratulations. If you got 2 papers, like I did twice, that means you failed. So yeah, they're gonna give you 2 papers if you failed, and that is, it's gonna show your picture. It's gonna say failed. How traumatizing. But then in the back of that paper, so on the second paper, it's going to show you all of the topics that you got wrong. So like it's gonna say like contracts 2 out of 6. So that means you got 2 questions out of 6 questions on contracts. So now when you go back to studying, you know you're gonna study contracts. So it gives you like the topics. It gives you which ones you got wrong, which ones you got right. Then it's gonna give you your score. My first score, guys, it was a 50 or like a 53, but it was in the 50s. So I wasn't even close. I felt pretty sad that first day, but you know, I wasn't crying or nothing. It was just kind of like, I wanted to pass, but it's not the biggest deal, you know. You can immediately go back and schedule another test. It took me, so I took my first test December. It took me until July 2022 to take my second exam because I was terrified. When I'm telling you I was terrified to study. I felt like I just couldn't do it. And then second, I was just terrified to take the test again and fail, so I just did it, and I tried to put it off as much as I could. So before I go further, I just wanted to give you guys some studying tips. So the books that you did pay for they give you like a manual that has all of the material, like a book that has all the material. Then they give you another book that is more of like a manual. It has like a whole bunch of test practice exams. So yeah. Oh, also the state exam has 103 questions. It is very important that you do not just answer 100. Answer all 103. So the 3 questions, the 3 extra, are just some kind of like practice, like a survey type of thing. So some kind of survey thing that they do, but you need to answer those. Don't be like, oh, I answered 100 and I'm done. No, they mix the questions in with the test. Answer all 103. So in the back of your manual and like your practice manual, they have practice exams. So what you're going to do, you can use those practice exams. You can read your book. You can read all of that you highlighted. That's really good. You can just keep reading it over and over. Exam, I feel like if you really know the subject, you're gonna pass. Like, you can memorize a lot of things, and yes, you do need to know things, but like, it's really a lot of memorization. Really like if you keep rereading the book over and over and all those highlighted parts that you did, you will pass. Okay. Me, they gave me they told me about this website, which was through the school I went to, this like practice simulator where you answer questions and then you have like practice exams. That was an option. That was $70. So $70, and I didn't really use it. I didn't really like it, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get a refund. So don't do that one. Then one day I got an email from Magnolia School of Real Estate, and I got an email from Michelle Early saying that she saw that I passed my that I'm ready to take my state exam, and she invited me to the Zoom to practice for the state exam. So like, she invited a whole bunch of people, which you're gonna get random emails from a whole bunch of people about like studying for the state exam. So information is public because of the DBPR, for like real estate purposes and all. So she sent me that Zoom, and the first Zoom I went to was 50 asked questions. So Michelle, she went on the Zoom and she literally taught us 50 questions that are on the state exam, and she went through each of them. She explained things so well. Like, when I found her, I'm like, oh my gosh, like the way she explained stuff, I felt like I retained it. Like, I'm like, oh, this question's in my head. Like, you can just ask me a question and I was like, ooh, I know that one. I know it, because like the little tips and stuff she gave me to like remember like the answer, it was just easy. And so she words her stuff differently, the state exam, but it's not like drastically different. I highly recommend Michelle Early, Magnolia School of Real Estate on YouTube. She has like a few free videos on YouTube. Go watch those. Also, if you need extra help, which I really did, I really needed extra help, purchase her cram course. Go to Magnolia School of Real Estate and purchase the cram course. That was $70 or $79, but that one was worth it. So save your $70 from that first one and go to Michelle Early if you feel like you really need help, which I really did, and I felt like she was really beneficial to me. So her course is basically just like, you know, exams, questions. She does videos, explanation videos on formulas. She does so much. I really loved her course. I really loved her material and how she taught. July 2022 came. I took my second attempt, failed that one. I was disappointed again because I just really wanted to pass it. Then 2023 came. Well, you know, after July, I was, you know, so it had been already a year. So it started being, you know, in July 2022, and then it was starting to be December 2022. And mind you, my classes are like, when you get the certification after you pass the first exam, the class exam, you get a certificate that lasts 2 years. So I joined 2021. So in 2023, my certification would have been expired. Then I had to start all over, and then all of that money would have been to waste and blah, blah, blah. I was so stressed out. You don't even know, like, when I'm telling you I was stressed, and that made me even more stressed because, like, I didn't want to take the test, but then I really needed to take the test so that I could pass and I wouldn't have wasted money. So all of that in July, now in 2023, January, right? And I'm just, every single day that passes, I'm like, you gotta study. And I just really didn't want to. I just felt like I was gonna fail again and there was no hope. And mind you, I don't have a plan B for my career. So I was banking on this one. I was really counting on this one. So I was so stressed out, like really stressed out, guys, really stressed out. Really stressed out. But in January 2023, January 30th, a Monday, I took the week and I was just studying like until 5 a.m. and I was like worshiping. I had like songs on and I was vibing, just like singing, I was studying, all of that. And then January 2023, on the 30th, I took my test, my final attempt after praying, so many people praying for me, and I passed. So I'm telling you, it literally felt impossible for me. I felt I was never ever going to make it, but the Lord helped me through. So the Lord will help you, okay? Just apply yourself, study, unlike me, and I hope that you pass it on your first try. I know that was like a lot of information, but I hope that this helps you get, you know, like a little clarity, or, you know, like just some help in how to start, like where to start, how to start, all the costs that it's going to take. As soon as you pass your state exam, you can start looking for a broker, which is immediately what I did. So I really hope that this video helped you guys out if you're looking to get into real estate. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will try my best to answer them. I don't know everything. I just know my experience and my journey with it, and I wanted to make this video just to help anybody who needs the help like I really did. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and until the next one, bye.